In response to the growing international discourse surrounding the alleged UK arrest warrant for economic freedom fighters EFF leader Julius Malema, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has finally broken his silence addressing both the controversy and the impassioned defense of Malema issued by Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré. Speaking at the conclusion of a Southern African Development Community SADC executive session in Pretoria, Ramaphosa urged caution amid rising geopolitical tensions, warning against what he described as escalating rhetorical nationalism. He emphasized the need for measured diplomacy and legal precision rather than emotionally charged reactions. While we acknowledge and respect the right of every African nation to express solidarity with one another, Ramaphosa stated, South Africa is a constitutional democracy guided by laws, facts, and due process, not by speculative documents or social media outrage. His comments come in the wake of a fiery declaration from Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who over the weekend pledged unwavering support for Malema and even offered diplomatic asylum should the UK pursue arrest measures over Malema's outspoken criticism of colonialism and the British monarchy. Traoré characterized the rumored warrant as part of a neo-colonial information war and accused Western powers of targeting African revolutionaries for speaking truth to imperial power. His statement, which went viral across multiple social media platforms, sparked a wave of Pan-African sentiment with activists and commentators praising his boldness in challenging Western influence on African affairs. Ramaphosa, however, urged a clear distinction between political rhetoric and verified international legal procedures. Until such time as British authorities confirm the existence of any arrest warrant, which to my knowledge they have not, it is premature and unhelpful to make sweeping accusations or diplomatic ultimatums, he asserted. When asked directly about Malema's rights as a South African citizen and public figure, Ramaphosa responded cautiously, saying, Mr. Malema, like every citizen of this republic, enjoys the protection of our constitution. If there were any credible attempt by a foreign government to act unlawfully against him, our institutions would respond appropriately. But South Africa cannot be drawn into a proxy conflict based on unsubstantiated reports. The president also offered a subtle rebuke to Malema's frequent anti-establishment rhetoric. Freedom of speech is vital, but so too is responsibility in leadership. He said, when prominent figures speak on international platforms, they carry not just their own voices, but the image of South Africa. We must guard against unnecessary provocations that serve no productive end. Ramaphosa's remarks appeared carefully crafted to balance his constitutional obligations with the expectations of South Africa's growing youth-led political base, which has shown increasing support for the kind of confrontational politics Malema embodies. The contrast between Ramaphosa's cautious state-centric diplomacy and Traoré's revolutionary Pan-Africanism underscores a broader divergence in leadership styles across the continent. While Traoré champions a youth-led anti-imperialist renaissance, Ramaphosa remains firmly rooted in multilateral diplomacy and constitutionalism. His delay in addressing the matter had drawn criticism from radical political circles and youth movements in South Africa, including the EFF itself. Earlier this week, the EFF accused Ramaphosa of complicity through silence, saying he cannot hide behind bureaucracy while Julius Malema is attacked by imperial forces. The party also hinted at the possibility of mobilizing public demonstrations if the government failed to defend Malema from what they claim is an orchestrated international assault on African dissenters. Now with his measured public comments, Ramaphosa seems to be playing a precarious balancing act, asserting South Africa's sovereignty while keeping open essential diplomatic relations with global powers such as the United Kingdom. Up to now, neither the British Home Office nor the Foreign Office has issued an official confirmation or denial regarding an arrest warrant being out against Malema. The EFF continues to insist that the document is fabricated and that the entire episode is a politically motivated smear campaign aimed at discrediting Malema's rising influence on the international stage. Meanwhile, several legal analysts in South Africa have questioned the plausibility of such a warrant, noting that for the UK to issue and enforce an international arrest warrant for speech-related offences would raise complex legal and diplomatic issues, particularly given Malema's status as an elected political leader. Despite the absence of formal confirmation from UK authorities, the controversy has already stirred significant diplomatic ripples. Regional leaders, political commentators, and international observers are now closely monitoring how South Africa will navigate the fallout. Some analysts have noted that the situation may test the limits of South Africa's foreign policy doctrine, especially as it tries to maintain both Pan-African solidarity and good standing with Western allies. Ramaphosa concluded his remarks by reaffirming the importance of African unity but emphasized that unity must be grounded in fact, not fueled by emotion. Africa must remain united, but our unity must be principled. He said we must not be baited into reactionary politics by viral misinformation. Let us protect our people, our leaders, and our credibility, not by shouting the loudest, but by standing firmly on the side of truth and justice. With this statement, President Sir Ramaphosa has officially weighed in on the Julius Malema arrest warrant saga. While stopping short of directly criticizing President Traoré, he made it clear that South Africa will not be swept up in emotionally charged diplomacy or misinformation campaigns. His message was one of restraint, legal clarity, and constitutional integrity. An attempt to project stability amid a firestorm of speculation and growing continental solidarity. Whether this will quell the demands of Malema supporters or further intensify the pressure on the presidency remains to be seen. But what is certain is that the intersection of law, politics, and Pan-African identity has really been more explosive in post-apartheid South Africa.